Hello. You are tuning into the episode of The WunderkindShow. Today's first topic, more expert draft analysts are saying Jalen Milroe is faster and maybe even a better prospect than Lamar Jackson. Look, guys, this is so funny to me. It really is. Because speed was always looked at as a de facto bad thing when you're evaluating quarterbacks, right? And now it's being looked at as another, dagger to be thrown in the direction of Mr. Jackson. And I know you guys saw. Now, look, I got no problem with Jalen Milroe. Hope he has an amazing NFL career. He is vastly talented. He has a cannon of an arm, and he's very fast. But you know who else had that also? Anthony Richardson. He's been having trouble. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio and video, and then I'm going to show you the differences of them in college, and then I'm going to break it down even further, right? So without further ado, check what they had to say on this. Watch this out.
The eye-opening thing that several coaches and scouts told me as I was making calls about all these quarterbacks is Jalen Milroe is the greatest runner of the football they've ever evaluated at the quarterback position. Not Lamar Jackson. Jalen Milroe is the best runner that they've ever seen.
So now, listen, the one thing that's been undoubtedly Lamar's is now always trying to be spliced, right? We already know, you know what I'm saying, he can't throw like this other guy, even though he can. He can't be a quarterback, even though he does. But the one thing that I can't ever say is that, when it comes to running, there's nobody else like him. And now you're saying that they've evaluated. That's why I'm telling you, you cannot look at me and tell me, they know more than me. No, I will never agree with that. Never. Because these evaluators are garbage then. They're willing to go on tape and say that this man is the greatest runner, better than Vic, better than Lamar, better than Anthony Richardson, better than Cam Newton, better than all these guys. Now, bro, and mind you, look at this. I want to show you something real quick, right? Those are Milroe's stats, right? For passing and everything else. I'm going to do something real quick, right? Even though, I couldn't put up the rushing stats, but I'm going to tell you the rushing stats, right? So look at those 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, a 78.4 quarterback rating, 2,844 passing yards. I want to remind you, this guy had crazy amounts of talent on that. This is an Alabama team. Crazy amount of stats. For anybody that's wondering what he did in rushing, right? Hold on. Is this it right here? In 2023, he had 161 carries for 531 yards, 3.3 yards in average. And for 2024, he had 168 carries for 726 yards rushing. The reason why I'm slapping is because I need some time for people to come to the understanding why I do not correlate with these idiots, right? So he has more talented players. He had 168 carries, only 726 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, a big 72-yard one, but he had 20 rushing touchdowns. See, that's what everyone's getting. The 20 and 12 rushing touchdowns. Now, this is why I love statistics. Check this out now. Now, I want you to look at this now. This is Lamar's first, second, and third year, right? Throwing. Don't worry. I got y'all on the rushing one because he had 1,500 yards back-to-back seasons. I already know that off the top of my head. But I'm going to read it off to you guys also. I want you to see the passing. You know how I'm highlighting their passing statistics and how they're not close? Just making sure you're understanding that too. Because a lot of times with Lamar didn't have the talent that these other guys have had, and he had better statistics than they had. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Check this out now. Look. Chunk is crazy. So now you got this going up, right? His sophomore year, right? He had, of course, the 3,543 yards passing. He had 1,571 rushing yards and 21 rushing touchdowns. Oh, my God. Bro, that's literally, if you want to go back, that's the combined what he would have had for his 2 rushing yard seasons. You know that, right? That's what he would have combined. Then the next season, he had more passing yards of 3,660 yards passing, as you see right here. And also, he had 27 touchdowns, right? Passing. So less passing touchdowns by 3. And he had less rushing touchdowns with 18. He had 18 rushing touchdowns, but he had 1,601 rushing yards on top of it. Bro, he had all-time running back like statistics. Lamar. While throwing for almost 4,000 yards in 2 seasons, 30 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 27 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Then you're going to go against this guy who went 16 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, 2,844 yards, 2,800 passing yards in back-to-back seasons. One, he had 23 and 6. And they're close. Bro, this is why I can't do this with y'all, man. I can't. The analysts say they're the greatest he's ever seen. He's not even better than RG3. He's not better than none of the guys I named running the ball in college. He wasn't better than Cam, wasn't better than RG3. He wasn't better than, he wasn't even better than Tim Tebow running the ball. I can say that too. He wasn't better than Anthony Richardson running the ball. He darn sure wasn't better than Vic running the ball, or even close even to the stratosphere than Lamar running the ball. But you see what I'm trying to say? Ready to use Lamar's name as a jumping off point because they realize it's a slow month. You know how I know it's a slow month? Because I do content. I've talked to Ing Raven about it. I've talked to Hendo from the Road Pod about it. Heck, I've talked to Coach from Sit to Tally Films about it, about how slow things have been. So I know just how slow the information game has been. And they're going to come out and say, oh, well, he's faster than Lamar. Bro, y'all just be talking out your neck. That's what I'm saying. These guys should not have the jobs that they have. They're idiots. Most of them. They're not no gurus or special-minded people. A lot of them got positions because they know somebody or friends with somebody. Whole bunch of nepotism. Or family to somebody. There's no, and mind you, this is not a shot at Jalen Milroe. What I'm saying is if you even look at their college tape, it's not close. Plus, Lamar got the Heisman and almost won it back-to-back seasons. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? And this is the same thing that happens in the NFL. The same exact thing. Oh, this guy can run just as good as Lamar. Y'all be throwing out these hyperbole. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. We're talking about Lamar Jackson, the only quarterback to ever have 2,000-yard rushing seasons. And the first time he had a 1,000-yard rushing season, the man literally threw 36 passing touchdowns. While passing for 3,300 yards. Then this year, he opened for another 1,000 yards, 900 and change rushing yards, 4,000 passing yards, 40-plus touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Come on now, bro. They're not. Stop. Mind you, I hope he has a great career. But if you're talking about his ceiling is Lamar Jackson, bro, Lamar's one of one. And I put money on it that if he ran full blow, he'd probably run a low or a high 4.2, mid 4.2. I'm telling you this. I've watched him accelerate. When he was trying to hide from people, a story y'all don't know. I went up there with my child, because he takes the pictures with them, and it was bad weather and everything else, and they were crying and stuff, and they couldn't play on nothing outside, and they were younger. I wanted them to meet my kid, so I went there, and the weather was horrible, so we ended up having to leave early. But I saw Lamar. I said, "Yo, Lamar was good." He saw me to go. Mind you, I'm walking over. He ran over to see me. He's like, "Yo, it was good." I'm like, "Dang, that's so much love, bro." So I'm like, I'm tired, dialogue. Do you think everything's going to be started back up? He was just like, yeah, I don't know what the weather's doing though, bro. You feel me? I'm like, dang, all right, no problem, no problem. So you only go inside and go start snacking just mad people inside of you. He was just like, yeah, but I don't want no one to see me. This man, I swear on everything that I love, I watched this man hit the track. It's like a 2 football fields next to each other, right? And then he just hit a gear. And he looked like a black blur going this way. Like you couldn't see his legs no more. It looked like a blur. And you just don't go. I'm like, what the heck? Am I tripping? Mind you, I'm on the football field with him. He jumps the fence and starts running and then cuts behind the recreation center. He cleared 100 yards in like 6 seconds. Less than 6 seconds. It was ridiculous. I'm like, I never said anything. Ing Raven is there. He would tell you, but he wasn't there for that. But he was there getting pictures with his son. That's the time when he had bought out the ice cream truck with for the kids because they were all stuck inside because of the weather and stuff like that. I'm telling you, I've seen his acceleration. None of them are accelerating faster than Lamar. He has another gear that he rarely has to show. And when he does show it a little bit, everyone goes, like that run versus the Titans where he took the angle and outran everybody. And the guys like, you faster than everybody on the field. What the heck? I've seen it. All for the field. Like, y'all need to stop tripping, stop lying. These gurus, these draft analysts, they're foolish, bro. It's either that or they just love bringing up Lamar's name for clicks. Either way, ridiculousness. Absolutely ridiculousness. But what do you guys think? Do you think Jalen Milroe has the ceiling of a Lamar Jackson? Or do you agree with me and think that Lamar is one of one? There might never, ever be another Lamar Jackson ever in the history of the NFL. Let me know what you think down in the comments section, please, all right? But as always, that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show! Thank you for watching, and now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh, but everything we talk about, we're doing what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, and the notification bell, leave a comment in all of the comments. Guys, please make sure that you subscribe and like to The Wunderkind Morning Show, live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., okay? Touch on all hot topics in sports. And, we have a lot of fun and laugh in there. And at the end of every show, we have nostalgia, where we bring up stuff from the 80s, 70s, 90s, and early 2000s. So be there or be squared, okay? Subscribe. Let's get that up. Also, if you'd like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment, certain stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR code. QR code's for CashApp. CashApp located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is Dr. signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.